Shell. Fellas, a lot of meaningful games to be played this weekend, with 15 of the 16 games having playoff implications for at least one of the two teams. And I don't want to waste no time. I want to jump into one of those scenarios. And the first one I want to see is Dallas versus Tennessee, which is on Thursday Night Football tonight. Dallas needs a win and a loss by Philly to keep in the hunt for not only the NFC East, but the 1 seed. And for Tennessee, this game does not matter, because whether they win or lose, and whether the Jags win or lose, next week's game between the Titans and the Jags will be for the division and likely for the only playoff spot remaining. I'm coming to Derek first because his Jags are his this has a lot to do with his Jags this game. Well, actually, no, it really doesn't. But D, who gets it done tonight?
So unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys are going to get it done. The Tennessee Titans, they're banged up on essentially every important part. I mean, every important position on the field, whether it be at quarterback, running back. I believe they have some, some things going on the defensive side. But all in all, listen, this shapes up perfectly for. I'm not saying Dallas winning tonight, but even if Dallas wins tonight, I don't think they'll get the 1 seed. But even if Dallas wins tonight, that game next week is going to be probably the game of the week, and it shapes up for the Jaguars to come back after losing so many games in the beginning of the season and actually making the playoffs.
Tom, what do you feel on the game?
Yeah, well, Dallas won't get the 1 seed or the division because the Eagles are locking it up Sunday. But it's all put into a matchup where it's going to be the NFC divisional round, where Dallas is going to be coming to Philly, and we're going to be playing for a third time. Just assuming that they get the 3rd seed and the 5th seed and the 6th and 7th seed lose. And Dallas wins, of course, against Minnesota. But yeah, Dallas takes Tennessee's done. Their season's over. No Derrick Henry. They're shutting Derrick Henry down. Ryan Tannehill. They finally know that Malik Willis is absolute dog shit. And they're giving the guy that they just picked up off of the Detroit Lions practice squad 8 days ago to start. So I think they're just seeing what they have. And, Dallas wins the game easily.
How can you already assume that Malik Willis is ass, Tom?
Because they won't even give him the start today. They benched him.
He has been, but I think this is more of a – they already know – they've seen how bad Malik Willis has been, and maybe they're just trying to see if the other guy can light a little bit of a spark. But honestly, that the reason they shut him down, they're going to have to run through Jacksonville to win that game because their pass defense is atrocious. Tannehill's done for the season, and they already had a weak passing game to begin with. That whole city is on the back of Derrick Henry. It has, as it's been for the last 4 or 5 years, 4 years, 3-4 years, and I don't see them getting it done. I would like to see the Jags get in there, but hey, we will see.
Yeah, but what's crazy though is even if Tennessee loses this game, all they have to do is beat the Jags next week to win a division.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So he's going to have to.
We'll see who the starting quarterback is next week. If it's Joshua Dobbs, then the Tennessee Titans are completely done with Malik Willis.
Nah,
you believe after a couple games where they basically had to throw him in the fire because Tannehill was injured.
Yeah, why are your division? You're putting Joshua Dobbs in, who's only been there for 8 days. Why are you starting Joshua Dobbs over Malik Willis on a game that means?
How long has Joshua Dobbs been in the league, Tom?
He's been a backup quarterback for what, 3 years, and maybe played a total of 3 games.
Backup quarterbacks make the best coaches. They learn offensive schemes. They learn a lot of shit. So when you put in a clutch position,
teams though, he was a 3rd string quarterback in Pittsburgh who half the time he didn't even suit up.
I don't know. Maybe you're right, or maybe they don't want to put Malik Willis in there because the game next week means more.
It's like a couple episodes where I said Zach Wilson's career in New York is done, and everybody said there's no way. And now everybody's on the board of saying that his career in New York is done after the last game.
Well, I mean, Zach Wilson started for 2 seasons, Tom.
But I'm just saying, like, they don't have the it. They're not the guy.
So you're willing to say that on Malik Willis this soon?
Malik Willis would never be a starting quarterback for a team in the NFL.
How many? Honestly,
That's all I'm saying.
from all right. So from beginning to the end, how many Malik Willis games have you watched? Because he's only played in about 5 or 6. So you're able to judge him off of 2 games.
Absolutely.
How?
Easy.
How?
He's not good. They won't even let him throw the ball.
They didn't let Justin Fields throw the ball.
They're not going to
compare.
You think
Justin Fields is done?
Willis. No, Justin Fields is good though.
I don't understand your logic, honestly. I don't understand how you can.
So listen, if we had this same show last year, you would be a guy that says Trevor Lawrence's career is done in Jacksonville.
No,
he had a terrible season last year. You would be on the same.
Yeah, but you're comparing to Trevor Lawrence, who has a terrible Jacksonville team with a terrible coach that's coming into a terrible organization.
What team does Malik Willis have? That defense is shit.
He
has a defensive-minded head coach.
Tennessee has a decent team, though.
They have Derrick Henry,
and they have a good head coach. That's all you need is a good head coach. You're going to sit there and tell me Mike Vrabel's not a good head coach?
No.
The number one. How does a team win the number 1 seed and all of a sudden they're not good?
Derrick Henry.
Stop. And Ryan Tannehill was a very serviceable quarterback last year,
bro.
Tom, you can't say somebody's a good head coach when they specialize in defense and their fucking defense stinks.
I will make a bet with you that Malik Willis will never be a starting quarterback for an NFL team.
Done. I'll shake right now.
Not saying he starts games. He will never be the number 1. He will never be QB1.
No, you can't say that.
So no. I'll make you a bet right here, right now.
Go ahead.
But you got to give me something good. You know what I'm coming for. And I'll bick my head, motherfucker.
What's your bet?
Malik Willis will be the starting quarterback of the Tennessee Titans next year or the year after. Going into game 1, he will go into the season as the QB1.
Barring injury.
Barring injury, they're not bringing Tannehill back, bro.
What's Tannehill's contract?
I don't know, but they ain't fucking starting him. I can tell you that. I could tell you that, Tom. I just don't. I don't know, man. Am I tripping? How can you judge somebody that fucking quick? This is the NFL. We've seen dudes. Listen, we are the same fan base that decorated Carson Wentz as the next greatest quarterback of all time, and then turns out that he's dog shit. And you were one of those people. So forgive me if I don't trust you.
Wentz isn't dog shit.
He's not. I love the guy. Now. I want him to win, but he's not. Everywhere he's gone it's
just another guy who's just being mentally soft doesn't make you dog shit.
Yeah, but Tom, the Colts literally went after Matt Ryan instead of him.
He had 2 injuries, and that just ruined his career damn near.
I will say one thing for the Colts. They couldn't wait to get Carson out of there, and look how bad they are this year. And all that stems back to their quarterback play.
Yep.
I know Carson wasn't a world beater there.
He was better than Matt Ryan.
They were in playoff contention. He was better than Ryan. He was better than Foles. He was better than Sam Ellinger. It's been quarterback carousel with fucking nobodies.
Yeah, but it comes down to Nick Foles has never had a successful year unless he was in the Eagles jersey.
That is true. True.
He's a service. He's a quarterback that can never be a QB1.
All right, so I got a question. Do either of you? All right, so will the Titans win the AFC South, Tom?
No.
So everyone's on board with the Jags winning.
Yes.
Okay. Do you see a scenario where Dallas beats Tennessee and Washington, while Philly loses the New Orleans and New York Giants, meaning Dallas wins the East and potentially the 1 seed, depending on what happens with the Vikings? Either of you?
No. I think we
I
think we win one game at least, because all we have to do is win one game.
Jalen Hurts is playing on Sunday.
Even if Hurts doesn't play, we're still.
I think we still beat the Saints. Yes.
Okay. Now, what if Hurts is inactive? Right. Hurts is inactive, and first or second series of the game, Minshew goes down.
Who's our 3rd-string quarterback?
Carson Strong.
No, it's Reed Sinnett or some shit.
Carson Strong's not even on.
Strong just signed with Arizona or something.
Oh,
he ain't been. He ain't been with us. He ain't been with us since the preseason.
No, I'm all on board. I think Jalen Hurts first time he's back at practice today throwing the ball. I 100% think he's playing on Sunday.
Yeah, I think we seal the deal and then sit our starters week 17.
Well, one thing we do got going for us is the Giants have the easiest clinching scenario out of any of the remaining NFC teams that have yet to clinch. So if the Giants are able to clinch this week, and they don't even have to win to clinch, they just need two teams that are playing better teams to lose, and that very well could happen. We could face a Week 18 Giants that are kind of sitting Saquon, maybe sitting Daniel Jones and some of those players to get themselves ready for the playoffs. But remains to be seen. Again, Thursday Night Football kicking off in a little bit. Dallas Cowboys versus the Tennessee Titans. Let's jump